Judgment in the case in which Alfred Woyome is standing trial for defrauding the state by false pretense. Anio Sabute is a man on the ground in court and he's joined me over the phone with some detail. Hello, Annie.
Hi, Kamini.
What's been happening in court?
What I can tell you that a while ago, about less than 5 minutes ago, the Fast Track High Court acquitted and discharged businessman Alfred Woyome. You know that Alfred Woyome is facing 2 charges. For example, one, causing financial loss to the state, and secondly, defrauding by false pretense. Now, in summary, the judge said that the prosecution did a sloppy job in the sense that even some of the witnesses, the court, all 9 prosecution witnesses were called. All of the 9, most of them, their testimonies actually went to sort of corroborate the testimony that Alfred Woyome called. And he wondered why, for example, persons like Betty Modi-Drisi, for example, Basino Duro, Paul Asumeni, and Rest Magnus Dankwa were not even invited to testify in the whole case process. So we believe that they did a short job and can therefore not be accused or prosecuted on the charges that the state brought against them.
Tell us the atmosphere in court after this ruling.
Well, it's a very turbulent mood. You can hear the background right now that there's a woman who is singing in a moving car. But one of Woyome's lawyers is currently speaking to the press, and they will take a word or two from him.
Right.
The prosecution intends to win this case. Now, having heard the evidence, the court was of the opinion that those material witnesses ought to have been called, maybe to support the prosecution's case. But once they fail to call those material witnesses, their case weakens. And that has also been our defense, which we have discharged to date. And I don't have any problem with the judge. I say this on record, that the judgment is one of the best I have ever heard in recent times.
I know from the one I've been part of this particular case. Do you know why, for example, the likes of Basino and the rest were not called?
Well, I'm not in the team of the prosecution, so I wouldn't be in a position to speak for them. It is the prosecution team who can speak to this matter.
Let me ask you, at the last time they went to the Supreme Court, summer 2014, and there's a judgment against the women to bring back the money. What does this particular judgment mean to that particular case?
There is a clear distinction between criminal prosecution and institution of civil action for claims. Criminal prosecution, the requirement for proof of the person's guilt is beyond reasonable doubt. The standard is very high. But in the case of a civil claim, the standard required of the claimant or the plaintiff is one on a balance of probability. So it's not the same. You can't put the two together and get the same conclusion. One is different, the other is also a different, based on different principles. Well, I am not instructed to speak about this matter because it is a privilege between myself as a lawyer and my client. I cannot speak to that in public.
I know that 3 years has been such a long time. Moving forward, how is it going to be like this?
Well, you see, we need to develop our criminal law. If you allege that an offense has been committed, constitutionally, the best thing is to put the person who has been charged before the court. You don't put him before the street. You put him before the court so that at the end of it, you would have advanced the cause of our criminal justice. And as for me, I believe that whether 3 years or more, it is good for the accused person and also good for the state, the public to know that, well, the court is always the place where you can obtain justice, you can seek your liberty, where you can say that, yes, I have been discharged, I have been prosecuted. At the end of it, I have been discharged, and that makes you proud as a citizen of Ghana. It means also that in Ghana, we are now constitutionally correct. We are dealing with the law. We are looking at the liberties of the individual as being paramount in all matters of state prosecution and other things. And so, for me, time does not matter in prosecution of the and as far as also liberties are concerned.
Okay, so Kevin, you had one of the lawyers of Mr. Woyome, and I can tell you that the feeling for them is one of excitement. I mean, one of excitement, because I can tell you, let me just give you a mental picture, for example. Before we came, the lots of security officers here, there's army tanks here that have been parked here, out on the court premises, and outside of the lots of security persons were here. From less than 500 meters away from where I stand, for example, there's a police tank that is currently stationed here. You know, so the security was essentially tight because of the magnitude of the case itself.
Was Woyome in court himself?
Precisely, he was in court. He was in the dock, actually, and all throughout, for example, he put his left hand, on his mouth, and he was just quite relaxed. And his wife was sitting just some few meters away from where he was. She was dressed in a blue, top and a skirt. And then the brother of Woyome was sitting on the same line with him. And at every time that the judge ruled and said something that goes in favor of them, then she'll be nodding and she'll be shaking her head. As soon as the judgment was entirely read and said he's been acquitted and discharged from the 2 counts or the two charges leveled against him, right inside the courtroom, you could hear, "Oh, thank you, Jesus." They started hugging. After Woyome started hugging, his lawyer started hugging relatives and all of that. So, I believe that this whole thing has been more or less like a weight on his shoulders. But now, I mean, he's kind of walking home a free man.
I see. And we will leave it here for now. Thank you very much for the report. Now we'll follow this particular case closely and bring you more on this. In a bit, we should just give you a reminder of what the case, where the case started from, and how we got here. Now, let me just recap on what Annie has been telling us. Now, prosecution's case crumbled according to the judge's ruling because they did a sloppy job with their witnesses. They could not bring in material witnesses like Betimold Idrisu. The witnesses who were brought in rather corroborated the submissions of the accused Alfred Agbashi Woyome. And, well, we'll look at the matter closely. And like I was saying, we'll bring you the development of events from where the case started to now that he's been acquitted and discharged in a bit. You're watching Joy News Desk, and just before I take a quick break, I'd just like to remind you that businessman Alfred Agbashi Woyome has been acquitted and discharged of both counts of defrauding the state by false pretenses and causing financial loss to the state. Now, according to the judge, the prosecution did a sloppy job with the witnesses. Meanwhile, lawyer for Alfred Woyome is happy with the judgment. He says it's good precedence, an absolutely precise one, but there is the need to develop criminal laws in Ghana. You're watching Joy News Desk. I'll be right back.